I'm sure all of you know already the name of Oleg Sentsov. Now we're about to watch the trial, a documentary by Asphalt Kurov that tells about the trial of Oleg Sentsov in Russia and how his family, friends and lawyers attempt to release him. The name of the film, The Trial, of course refers to Kafkaesque absurdity, showing how any of us, in fact, can become a victim of the ruthless state machine such as Russia. Oleg is just an artist, an acclaimed film director and a writer. But in 2013 he had to put his artistic ambitions on hold, because as a good citizen and a father of 2 children, he could not just watch his home Crimea being occupied, to watch how foreign soldiers, well armed but with no signs or on their uniforms, were coming to his home. Some Ukrainians were shocked and hesitated at the time, but Oleg was one of those who had the guts to openly oppose and protest the annexation of his home. He acted as a man of honor. He is no coward. And in fact, you'll hear him saying in the movie we are going to watch, just in the courtroom, that cowardice is the greatest sin on earth. And we know that authoritarian regimes such as Russia do not tolerate people like this. So in May 2014, Russian authorities kidnapped the artist from his home in Crimea, transferred him to Russia, interrogated and tortured. Russian military court sentenced him to 20 years on spurious terrorist allegations. At that point, I think, it seemed that once again in history a powerful regime had managed to break and silence a man who has the guts to raise his voice against injustice. However, on May 14, 2018, exactly 137 days ago, Oleg Sentsov started a hunger strike calling for the release of all Ukrainian political prisoners held in Russian Federation and occupied Crimea, calling for the freedom for others, not for himself. Now, we are all storytellers, and the complex geopolitics may be difficult to grasp, but Oleg's story, the story of one artist's peaceful struggle against a powerful and ruthless state, is a simple story that the Russian regime fears to be widely heard by people in the world. As politicians know, as well as we writers do, that the stories win people's minds, not the bullets. And our colleague is ready to sacrifice his life to let the world hear the true story of Ukrainian struggle and solidarity. So I ask you to spread the story of Oleg Sentsov. Please make it known to your fellow citizens in your countries. And finally, the movie we're about to watch is called The Trial. I personally do have hope that soon Oleg Sentsov will get his freedom back. And I do have hope that Oleg Sentsov and other Crimean writers who had to flee the peninsula because of the Russian aggression will be able to come back home to Ukrainian Crimea. And I do hope personally that its Russian leaders will be those brought to trial for the crimes against Ukrainian people, but also for the crimes against people of Chechnya, people of Syria, people of Georgia, and last but not least, their own people people of Russia. Meanwhile, let's just remember the words that Oleg had the courage to say in the courtroom in Russia. Cowardice is the greatest sin. Thank you very much.